Alrighty. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nerd Street Summer Champs 22. Did I say Nerd Street Summer Champs? Nerd Street Champs 22 Summer Edition. This is your weekly segment here on Loading Screen where we talk all things Nerd Street Champs tournaments featuring Apex, Halo Infinite, Madden, and Valorant. Okay, so we had some recaps. We're going to go over recaps. We're going to go through leaderboards, and then we're going to go through upcoming tournaments. Nico, I am about to be very long-winded, so if you have anything that you would like to interject, by all means, please do.
I will. All
right, cool. So, first thing is first. Let me go ahead and pull up the video here. We had our Valorant Online Open 2. That was April 18th through the 19th. We saw a lot of great teams come out, and in the end, T1 walked away with that title. And we actually had a team nearest airport who I have my eyes on because, for those of you that don't know, we're working on some projects upcoming, and Andy Anderson pretty much formed I believe it was a free agent team to form nearest airport, and they've been placing pretty high. They placed pretty high in the April 18th, 19th online. So yeah, but anyway, nonetheless, T1 walked away with that title. Coming up next, we have the Valorant LAN. Our first Valorant LAN in Brentwood, Missouri, at our local host location there. There was no broadcast, but we saw teams come out and compete for the lion's share of the $1,500 prize pool. Here we saw Aspire come in first, and then followed up, we saw Chimney Sticks walk home with that $500 chunk of the $1,500 prize pool. Guys, basically anyone can compete in these Valorant LANs. We have the weekly onlines, we have the monthly LANs. Nico, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Just come out and compete in the LANs.
It's like, I don't know. You can't get better without like coming out and competing at these LANs, because at the highest level, that's what you're gonna have to be doing.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to be able to compete on LAN. It's just a different vibe. It's like, even if you're a regular athlete, like, you can practice soccer in your backyard all day, but if you don't like get on the pitch and practice with a team, you're not gonna be able to,
See, you know that it's called the pitch. Jacob did not know that it was called the pitch. And he didn't know that a golf course is called the links either. Like,
I forget that golf courses are called links.
Well, I mean, there are link golf courses, but you can anyway.
Linksys the router?
Uh-oh. My vitamins just fell off my desk. Anyway, so yeah, there you have it. Our Valorant Brentwood LAN in Brentwood, Missouri, local host location there. Like I said, no broadcast, but we had Team Aspire in first and Chimney Sticks in second, taking home the $500 chunk of the $1,500 prize pot. Now, the next thing I want to go through, Nico, is the current standings of our Valorant leaderboard. Right now, we have XSET in the #1 spot, followed by T1, nearest airport, the team I was just telling you about, Nico, with Anderson on it. Complexity.
I'm excited to hear about this.
Yeah, Complexity and Cloud9 Gaming.
Is that in that order?
That is the order. In that order.
I may be biased, but I don't know. I'm loving XSET right now. They're looking very strong.
Yeah.
I think I said it last week, but I don't know. I'm feeling XSET right now.
I'm curious to see who's going to dethrone XSET, if anybody is going to dethrone XSET. But my follow up to that is, like, if you guys like the point, there's a point differential between the onlines and the monthlies, and if you want to ride that top leaderboard spot, head to the LANs, baby. Head to the LANs. We're going to be talking about some upcoming LANs and events shortly, in a minute. But the next tournament that I want to talk about, Nico, is the Apex Online #2 that was happening.
This is a crazy one.
Yeah?
This is a crazy one.
So, happening on the 21st and the 22nd, Nico here put together a nice recap video for that. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. Here we go.
What's up, everyone? everyone, Spider Tiff here. Tonight we just finished up Apex Summer Champs number 2, powered by Nerd Street, where we had Blackhand emerge victorious after being down 16 points in a deficit after map number 5. You know, who cares about World's Edge if you are gonna count on all your marbles there in Storm Point? With a massive 32-point game in map number 6, they beat out IRL and Rent Free, who will not be living rent-free in people's heads tonight, because Blackhand, after emerging victoriously in what was quite literal an uphill battle throughout the 6 games and into map number 6 as they worked their way up into Stormcatcher to take the victory. I know a lot of talk was to be had about Team HCS, but unfortunately they were going to be relegated to 7th place after a tumultuous start for them in throughout the 6 maps. We had picked them at the beginning to take first place, or at least top 3 in the money, to get some of that $1,000 prizing, but unfortunately they will finish in 7th place. Now, I'm Spider Tiff, and stay tuned for more Apex action powered by Nerd Street.
Man, I love that stuff. So basically, you know, HCH took the last one. This one, we saw a different outcome, right?
Yep.
And I wanted to pull up the... So basically, we saw... What was it? Blackhand?
Blackhand
all
went
the Bs. I'm not with
crazy
it.
in the last game. Blackhand went insane on their last game. They were down 16 before map 6.
Yeah, look at that. 8. Oh my god.
And they finished with like over a 10-point lead, which is crazy. They won like I think she said 32 points in one game. They
That's
almost
insane.
doubled their score in the last map. Because they did good. I think their first few maps you could see in that HCS clip. I think it was HCS versus Blackhand for those last 2 teams in game 2. But they really struggled. I mean, I think like maps 4 and 5, they were like within the first, I think, 5 teams out both times. And they really, I mean, that last game was crazy. They were just picking off the entire map.
That's wild. It seems like HCH is going to have some competition
Sure.
coming at them. Look at that. Look at that. They jumped all the way. They were at, what, 18th, and they jumped all the way to 1st. HCH falling down to the 8th spot there at that point. My God. HCS, sorry. Anyway, Blackhand, Rent Free, IRL, Alter Ego. And now I want to kind of talk to you guys real quick about the leaderboard. The current Apex leaderboard right now, we're seeing HCH up top in the #1 spot, followed by Lazarus and Revenge Tour. Now, HCH, Lazarus, and Revenge Tour all had a quite a big showing in the first one that we saw, Apex #1. Followed by Revenge Tour, followed by CCE, UCX, and All Glory Gaming. So those are your current top spots for the Apex Legends Summer Champs leaderboard. And finally, chat, let's talk about the upcoming tournaments. This weekend, April 30th to May 1st, we had yet another Apex Online coming at you. And the Valorant LAN was canceled. Okay? Alert, sirens. Okay. The Valorant LAN was canceled. That is going to be rescheduled. There were some conflicts with some other events, but that is going to be rescheduled. We will be sure to let you all know as soon as that news drops. And we also have a CSGO Valorant LAN. LOL. CSGO LAN.
CSGO Valorant.
CSGO Valorant. Yo.
Have you seen that, Alex? People have remade the Valorant maps in CSGO. It's
really?
Incredibly fun. Yeah, it's actually really fun.
All right, you're gonna have to let's talk about that next week, because I want to see what those videos look like. I want to see what those maps look like.
Yeah, we can talk about it next week.
But to talk about CSGO, we have a LAN coming up in Georgetown, but it's not technically part of the Nerd Street Champs. It is kind of running in parallel with it. So let's quickly switch over. Let me change the song for this. Let's quickly switch over to our next segment.
Are we going to get to talk about the new baddie in Valorant?
We will. After this, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fragadelphia 17 segment presented by FTX US. This is a new segment, just like we've been covering with Nerd Street Champs. We're on a weekly basis covering all the Nerd Street Champs games. This is going to be the specific segment for CSGO and our Philadelphia 17 circuit on a weekly and monthly basis. So our CSGO tournament series, also known as Philadelphia, for those of you that don't know, is officially beginning this weekend. And in this segment, we'll be covering weekly recaps and upcoming tournaments. So we got nothing to cover today, but we do have I basically want to talk about the format of Philadelphia 17. So, in the Philadelphia 17 circuit, once again presented by FTX US, you'll compete in CSGO in local regional lands for frag points and cash prizing. And as you guys can see down below us, there will be 8 lands, combination of local and regional. And get this, Nico. You ready?
Yes.
This circuit, Philadelphia 17, these weeklies and monthlies are going to culminate in the grand finals featuring a $100,000 prize pool.
Dude, that just blows my mind. And like, honestly, like, I am so happy about that. Like, the level of play at Frag is always absolutely insane. Like, I cannot think of a group of players that could be like more deserving of a great prize pot. Like
it's
that.
Absolutely nutty, man. It's insane. Anyway, so the $100,000 prize pool will be the culmination event, the grand finals for Frag 17. Yeah, so make sure you guys compete. If you guys are into CSGO at all, even if you're not, you don't have to be pro tier 1 to compete in Philadelphia. That's one of the best parts about Philadelphia. Nico, we have seen so many players go pro and get their name out there from Philadelphia.
It's like my favorite thing to watch because like every year, like you see the few people that really pop the heck off in Frag, and then a year or two down the line, they're almost always signed to a CSGO team, or
it's
now
wild.
People are switching over to Val. It's really a good way to get your name out there. People pay attention to these lands. So.
That they do, my friend. And with that being said, we have our first LAN, Georgetown, Texas, this weekend, like I was saying in the other segment, this weekend, April 30th to May 1st. So sign up for that if you haven't done it already. I believe signups are still live, so you can sign up for that. Following that, we also have the second LAN. So I basically want to give you guys the next few LANs. The next LAN after that, if you can't make the Georgetown LAN, head on to Denver, which is, May 7th to May 8th. We got the Denver CSGO LAN, and then the third LAN in our local host location, Brentwood, Missouri, May 14th through the 15th. Dude, the accessibility for CS is insane. Like, honestly, I'm so happy we're doing it.
It's so good to see too, because I feel like NACS has really struggled, and it's like, I don't know. I see all these tournaments, and it's like that's like a whole new era of like NACS that is gonna be stomping around soon. Yeah,
I mean, seriously. And then the last thing that I want to say real quick before we move on from this is once again for the grand final event. The circuit beginning this weekend in Georgetown. It's going to conclude at the that's amazing. $100,000 Frag 17 LCQ and finals, which is going to be a 4-day LAN, September 9th, at local host The Block in Philadelphia, PA. You can sign up at nerdstreet.com/frag. And once again, huge shout out to FTX US. Thank you so much for making all of this possible.
We love you, FTX.
$100,000. But last thing, like I said, for more information, head on over to nerdstreet.com/frag and sign up. Like I said, you can be any skill level. You don't have to be top tier. You just may become top tier, though, after competing in this. So, shout out once again. And thank you. Okay, and good luck this weekend for those of you that are competing.
Good luck, everyone.
All right.
Frag
Moving
out.
on. Dude.
Frag out.
No. Frag out.